Today we're going to be visiting Highgate Cemetery, one of London's most historic and mysterious locations.
We were going to give you 5 weird reasons to visit Highgate Cemetery, but that was before we actually went there. So instead, we're going to be doing 5 weird reasons not to visit Highgate. Be warned, this isn't a story for the faint-hearted. It involves the desecration of graves, radioactive bodies, and vampires. Also, I cut my finger open. So if you want to see how I did that, keep watching. Highgate very explicitly expresses on their website you're not allowed to do any filming to do with vampires or ghosts.
Nothing. Zero.
I want to go down in the history books as someone who found a vampire. There are 2 guys, right, who are part of this story. And they're both still famous to this day, right? If they can channel their, I'm trying not to say mental illness, if they can channel their belief into a career as vampire hunters and worldwide fame, then maybe I could do the same thing. So I've got a few ideas up my sleeve about how we can get away with it. I'm not being a vampire, by the way, in case anyone asks or anyone's watching this from Highgate. I'm an optician. I'll suck your blood. I'm an optician who likes sucking blood, not a vampire. Dr. Dracula, the optician. The opticians, doctors, they're just blokes that like looking at eyes. Or women. Let's not be sexist. Could you stop following me with the camera? I'm trying to walk off and hit it out your hand. An optician. In the early 1800s, basically London was in a bad way.
London's churchyards were dangerously overcrowded. The Industrial Revolution had doubled the city's population in under a century. Tens of thousands were buried each year in small parish plots, sometimes piled atop each other in open pits. Coffins burst through the soil, disease spread from decomposing bodies. The city stank of decay, a miasma of death that Victorians feared could breed plague.
So an act was passed to build 7 new cemeteries. The London Cemetery Company was formed. And these cemeteries which became known as the Magnificent 7, were outside central London. And Highgate was the first one to open in 1839, I think. And there are now 170,000 people buried here, but only in 53,000 graves. It was the first time that the business of death had really become embraced by capitalism, and that's why Highgate and the other Magnificent 7 basically courted wealthy corpses. So the first reason to come to Highgate Cemetery is you get to hang out with celebrities. There are more celebs and famous people buried here than you'd find at the Oscars, including George Michael, Bob Hoskins, the author Douglas Adams, Jeremy Beadle, and Faraday.
Why is that funny?
Because I said everyone else's full name, and then at the last minute I couldn't remember his first name. He was the inventor of the cage. It's the grave of George Wombwell, who had a menagerie of animals.
Ah, hence the sleeping lion.
The lion, hence Aslan there. Another notable grave is a guy called Issachar Zachary, who was Abraham Lincoln's podiatrist and also a senior Freemason. So read into that what you will. Another guy was Sir Eyre Massey Shaw, who was a Crimean War veteran who died in 1908. He was also the London Fire Chief, but he was best known for being named in a famous adultery case where the butler gave evidence which gave rise to the phrase "what the butler saw," because the butler peeked through a keyhole and saw him and his mistress in flagrante.
Oh dear.
The private company went bankrupt in the 1960s, leaving the cemetery abandoned. Nature reclaimed it. Ivy strangled angels, roots cracked vaults, and foxes nested in coffins. it became an eerie, overgrown wilderness, a perfect backdrop for horror films.
This was my fear, that it's going to be full of people here. We're not really meant to be filming.
I don't like filming.
No.
Even though loads of people do. So apparently Highgate has something like 100,000 visitors a year. For reasons that we'll get onto later, they closed it to just the general public and started charging for people to come in to pay for the maintenance. They established something called the Friends of Highgate Cemetery.
Yeah, when I was in the loo earlier, there was a sign on the wall saying if you want to support the cemetery financially, you get free visits all year, and you can also support the cemetery by coming and picking up rubbish or doing free tours for people.
But it's why they've nicknamed it Disneyland for the Dead.
Have they?
Because it's kind of become a tourist attraction in its own right. I mean, part
But
of
one that you're not meant to film
well,
videos
you
in.
can film. The thing you're not meant to do is film anything to do with vampires or ghosts. They explicitly state that.
We're not doing that, I hope.
We're absolutely doing that. We're absolutely here
Great.
to look for the Highgate Vampire.
I already feel self-conscious because there's groups, there's tour groups everywhere.
I'm not taking a freaking
I feel
risk.
self-conscious at the best of times filming in public.
Highgate's divided into two. There's the West Cemetery and the East Cemetery. We're in the West, which is where all the vampire stuff happened. I didn't know if there was going to be security, so I thought, what can I put in my bag that will help me defend against a vampire, but be pretty innocuous? Ruler, right? Just a normal ruler. Ah.
Why have you got a cut all over your finger? That is going to attract vampires.
Oh my God, I've cut it off.
What the hell? What on earth?
Oh my
Trigger
gosh.
warning. Blood. Trigger warning,
What the
blood.
hell? I have cut myself.
If there is a vampire, it's going to attract them. And now people are going to think we did this, like, on purpose as some sort of prop.
I didn't know.
Real blood. Like, honestly, the only thing saving
What
us
have
is
I
that
done?
it's
I have.
the
I've
day
cut myself.
died.
Look. Look.
What the heck
Look.
is going on?
Giant pencil.
What's that?
Covered in blood.
We have to go. There's people coming closer to us.
Right, I haven't even got any plasters here. I mean,
I might have one.
Frickin' the world's most famous, next to Transylvania, Highgate Cemetery is the most famous place in the world for vampires. And I've cut my bloody finger open.
Yeah.
Probably going to get demonetised for that, or
Don't show it. Just put like an emoji over
I'm
it.
just going to believe it. Look,
Put an
it's
emoji
real.
over it.
That's not photograph.
Only show it to our patrons. www.patreon.com/Mr.
/Mr. Biff. If you want to be in with a chance to win a vial of my blood.
No, cancel. No, we're not doing that.
I can't believe this has happened.
Oh, it's on your face now.
What do you mean it's on my face?
It's
What-
on your face.
How did it get on my
How did you know
face?
you splashed it on there? I might have some tissue you can wrap around it.
This is not good for if there are vampires. Sorry, it needs a code word for
It's literally the worst thing to happen. What's the code word? Umpire.
cake. I think umpire is too. It's
Tomato,
cake.
because it's red.
Tomato. Vampires aren't red. They're
Yeah,
not-
but they love
they're not
blood.
they're not the Kool-Aid man.
They love blood, which is red. So tomatoes,
All right, so I'm here to stake a tomato.
yeah. Beefsteak tomato. Beefsteak tomato. I'm fascinated how they can carve stone so intricately. Isn't that amazing? Like the hair and everything, the details. The giant wing is like so thin and yet they don't break.
I probably will eventually. Loads of them are broken in here. So in 2022, the government granted Highgate the right to, and I quote, disturb human remains, to reuse graves more than 75 years old. Did you know that only 20% of people in the UK choose to be buried?
Really?
Yeah. Which is just as well that 80% want to be burnt because,
Space.
yeah, space. It would be back to like the graves all popping open. So bodies, obviously, when they decompose, they expel gases. And back in the Victorian times, coffins here had a habit of literally exploding. Some would just crack open, but others would just burst. So what they ended up doing was basically hammering a pipe inside into the walls of the tombs and the mausoleums to vent the gases. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why are you putting that face? Because there's people
No,
everywhere.
because it's a bit disgusting.
Wants to get the gases out.
Yeah.
Someone had to come along and like that, inhale them.
No. Doesn't go down very far.
Well, that's because it was probably above ground. Do you think there was a vampire in there?
I did at first, but then I saw that it was open on this side. So
Yeah.
no, it's beef tomato.
Do you think there was a beefsteak tomato in there? That got out?
I did at first, but then saw that that got out.
Yeah.
I feel that they'd be more careful getting out, that they would close
Why?
the door up, because they need to get back in. Although leaving it, yeah, that's broken. So
Burst out
unless
using
a
superhuman strength.
beefsteak tomato chef, right? Chef. Think of Buffy the vampire. Buffy the beefsteak tomato chef. So a vampire. No.
What is
beefsteak
going on?
tomato.
Are you having a stroke?
A beefsteak.
Now you're dribbling as well. I think you've had a stroke.
A beefsteak tomato.
You'll end up, I just put you straight in there.
What?
Put you straight in that.
What if a beefsteak tomato chef came
Yeah.
to capture, to harvest the tomato?
Well, they don't want
And
dead.
that's why it's
They don't want
broken.
dead bodies, do they?
No, a beefsteak tomato.
Okay, I think it's getting very confusing just saying beefsteak tomato, beefsteak tomato, beefsteak. Let's call them
Okay,
V's.
Okay, a VH hunter. A
You
V.
can say hunter.
Okay, a V hunter may have come here, and okay, we're not saying that.
Look what's happened.
Oh my god, I can't look at that. They're going to get demonetised. Apparently, it's minimum £25,000.
And that's for a shitty grave.
Minimum,
Not-
but some
not one of
people
these
pay up to
disgusting
like
big
250,000. Plus, it's on a 50-year lease. So after 50 years, ta-ta for now.
So I think, £25,000, you can leave that to charity, to people who need money, to family, but instead you're spending a shit ton of money on a monument to your own vanity. I genuinely find it disgusting. Genuinely. These huge mausoleums. Screw you, sorry, and the rest of us.
Okay, but it was their family that
You
put...
think like death's the great leveller, right? We're all going to die. It's the great leveller. That ends everyone's story one way or another. But no, some people still want to lord it over the rest of us in death.
What if it's not the actual people that care about having a mausoleum, but it's their families or their, like, as a few celebrity graves here, it might be their fans or people whose lives they affected positively. They might want to have a monument to which they can go and honour the memory of this person that they care about so deeply, or that affected their life so deeply.
Okay, but why does their memory have to be so much bigger and more swollen than everyone else's? So are they more important? Yeah, okay, everyone's important to their loved ones. I get having somewhere to go and pay your respects and remember people. But at the same time, do you really need a big, freaking huge shed? Brick-built shed?
There are so many of them because these people affected so many lives that they want to say thank you.
Yeah, I'm saying it's fine to have somewhere like that, but what I don't like is the fact that these people are basically saying, I'm better than you, even in death, and I'm better than you because I have more money. It's about money, Sandra, it's not about influence. Yeah, there are influential people buried here.
Okay, fine.
I didn't really come here to have a rant, but...
No, I agree.
When I've come
but you
here,
are
it's
going,
like,
you're going to anyway.
Well, I am, because I've come here and I've kind of gone, this is vulgar. I don't know who's buried in there. John Jenkins, don't know who that is. But did he need that? Did he need a big dog kennel? There's shelves all on this side that are empty. There's
Shelves?
Shelves. And there's coffins on that side. To a degree, I get wanting to be buried with loved ones in death. I get you all want to rot together. But at the same time, you're not going to know, are you?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to know.
Do you know what? I'd like to be buried in one of those things that you become a tree.
Well,
not you, your body becomes a tree.
You're probably going to be for
The
me.
nature
If I go,
burials.
if I go after you, you're probably going to be for me because it's cheaper. I'm sorry. If I'm honest.
So, like to say, I don't actually believe what I was arguing for before.
Why did you?
I just had to provide a balanced. I just had to provide a balanced view.
You did not. This is not news night. on
Isn't
the
it?
BBC.
Well, we seek to provide balanced opinions.
So do you agree with me?
I
That this
don't
place
know. I
is-
don't know. I'm kind of neutral about it. I'm like, if you want to have a massive mausoleum, do it. If you don't. Do I think it makes them more important than everyone else? No. I mean, once you're dead, you're dead.
Do you think their money could have gone to better use? Yes.
I don't know. Like, but it's a nice place to be. Like, if they hadn't spent hundreds and thousands of pounds building these fancy things, we wouldn't be here today. So in a way, I'm kind of grateful for them doing it again. Let's go.
Wow. We're trying to get shots basically where there aren't other people in the background, but this place
impossible.
is heaving. So if you're coming here for some quiet reflection, forget it. Or for some quiet vampire hunting. Sorry.
No.
Imagine being called Fanny Johnson. Imagine that.
Oh.
Imagine you had the name Fanny Johnson. So this part of the cemetery is kind of where a lot of the vampire, where a lot of the V stuff happened.
Do you know what? I've just realised that some of our...
This is a non sequitur.
No, it's a sequitur. Some of our viewers who liked 80s TV shows might get confused when you say V because of the show V, which featured lizard aliens. You can say Vlads. Vlads.
What Vlads?
Or D-
What Vlads on the piss?
Or D's for Dracula. The D.
Okay, we're standing here going Dracula, Vlads, blood drinkers. Why don't we just call them vampires and be done with it?
Okay, but just do it really quietly.
It's all run down. So, you know, a lot of these graves, there's no telling whose grave this was because it's all faded. And yet,
That's the charm of it.
you know, in today's money, that probably cost £250,000. So it's the charm of it now, yeah, but as a memorial to someone, it sucks. It's no use. Yeah, your memory's only going to last as long as people are alive to remember you, unless you're in history books. A lot of these people, I bet, aren't. And when I die, you know what I'm going to have on my gravestone? www.patreon.com/Mr. Biffo. No name, nothing, just the web address.
Is he going to turn around again? I bet he's going to turn around again. He's got more to say. Just waiting for him to turn around again.
What? Look at this one. Why has it got spikes all over it? Why do you need that?
Whoa, ho, ho.
Look, this is a recipe for tetanus. Tetanus. Look, if I put, I could give myself. Who wants to see me give myself tetanus?
No, don't even joke about it.
Should I give myself tetanus?
No.
Do the rest of it like this. I got lockdown now. I got lockdown now.
You know, sorry, you're complaining that all these graves were run down, but that adds character and beauty
does, but
to
you're
it.
missing my
If they
point.
were all sterile and perfectly new, I wouldn't want to come and visit here. The fact that it's full of trees, full of beautiful leaves, full of plants, and run down graves, with the mystery added of you can't fully read what's written on there. So you're exercising your mind, you're working your imagination. I think it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
If you look at the website, and I'm not knocking the friends of Highgate, you know,
It sounds like you're about to knock them.
No, but I'm just saying they're big, they want to have their cake and eat it. Yeah, they want to go, this is a respectful place of worship. Also, £10, you know, but you can't talk about vampires or ghosts. Surely the friends of Highgate know that is part of why people come here.
Yeah. I don't know what this area is, but this is the first time have genuinely felt creeped out since we've been here.
Yeah.
I feel it, I don't know if it's because of the really straight path.
See?
I don't know, it feels cold and like cold internally.
Really? There is weather here.
No, I mean, oh, let's get out of here. I said this area here.
You feel creeped out?
Yeah, I don't know why. There are a lot of oh my God, I can't look. There are so many mushrooms
On
George Michael's tomb.
Does he like mushrooms?
There are a lot of
You think
like
he liked
an
mushrooms?
unnatural amount of mushrooms.
We're not going to film it.
No, we're not. But
You think someone's...
you know, I nearly filmed that just for the mushrooms. I didn't know what it was.
Do you think some people sprinkle mushrooms there as a
Mushroom
seeds?
spores.
Yeah, as a tribute. If there's one thing about George Michael, it's that he was famed for his mushroom obsession.
Disrespectful to say that so close to his grave.
He had a good sense of humour.
Okay.
I'm going to go pay respects.
But there are a lot of mushrooms there.
He's all right, George Michael. Well, he's not
Yeah.
anymore. He was all right.
I liked him.
I did.
Look, he was
He seemed like a nice guy.
yeah.
Moment of sincerity in this video, good God. So that's how you do it. Hasn't even got the name George Michael on there, it's got his real name.
Nice.
It's understated. And it's not like a huge thing. It's not like they haven't done it like a tourist.
It's like just like
It's not a showing off
humble,
grave.
humble, but nice
And it's a sad one.
memorial.
Because he died way too young.
Yeah.
It's a sad one, that. Yeah. Whereas all the others, I'm like, yeah, good.
No.
Even wasps are buried here. So this is part of, well, aside from being one of the key locations for Hammer horror movies, it also was one of the big attractions to Victorians back in the day. This is Egyptian Avenue. All the way along it are tombs. But we're not just here to marvel at the Victorian architecture and their obsession with Egypt. We're here for the next reason on our list of why you should visit. There's people everywhere. Why you should visit Highgate Cemetery, and that's to see some rare wildlife. So this is when things start getting a bit weird, because this is proper where all the vampire stuff is alleged to have gone down. But we'll get to that. The Highgate Cemetery is home to 40 bird species, 20 butterfly species, foxes, owls and badgers. However, the Meta Bornetti cave spider can be found in this passageway. These vaults date from the 1930s. They're dark, humid and undisturbed, which are ideal for this type of spider. And they believe that these spiders that have been in here, possibly for 150 years, have become their own unique breed or sub-breed of that type of cave spider. You ready?
Nervous because you've got a bit of arachnophobia?
Well, hasn't everyone?
Well, you've got more.
More than you?
Yeah, well, I'm the one that always has to take them out of the house and chuck them out, so take them outside.
I don't want them
yeah.
touching me. You can go first.
No, you go first. You go first. I just want to get a photo.
You go first.
You go first.
You go first, you coward.
you go
Oh, you're the one with arachnophobia.
Wait, hang on, hold this.
Arachnophobia.
Hold this for a
Oh my
second.
God, that's a Marillion album.
Yeah, you are the one with arachnophobia.
You're the one with arachnophobia.
Did I say arachnophobia? Oh, I think I did.
Sorry, everyone. We do a Marillion podcast. Okay then.
No, you go first.
What are you scared of?
I'm not scared of anything.
You should have come in with like a piece of paper and a cup.
I know. Why didn't we think of that?
Go on. Why
No,
are you scared?
Go first.
Why are you
I'm
so
not
scared? Why are you walking backwards?
I don't trust you.
What am I going to do? Throw a spider at you?
Wow, it's really cool. Oh my God.
You can see why they filmed here.
Huh?
You can see why they filmed stuff.
Yeah.
What's the matter? You're not.
Don't move.
You're not gonna.
Oh my God.
Have I really? You're such a liar. You're such a liar. What is that? I'm not remotely scared. I'm just. It didn't work, did it, Sanya? Didn't work. Didn't work. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It is cool. You can totally see. I mean, imagine here in the 70s, right?
Imagine what?
Being here in the 70s
Yeah.
at night when the place was way more overgrown than it is now.
Yeah.
You can see why people practice. Could you stop being a dick?
It's going to get you.
Because you're not listening to what I'm saying,
Oh.
because you're too busy trying to make me think there's spiders all over me. And you're the worst at playing pranks. Terrible. Jeremy Beadle would be ashamed of you.
Well, you're not even scared a little bit.
No, because I know you. I can read you. I could tell you're up for something because you were clearly not listening to what I had to say. I mean, you don't listen to me most of the time, I know that. You might get to kill a vampire or become one. So, apparently, when they came here, people were knocking on the vault doors going, "Vampire, come out. Are you in there, Mr. Vampire?"
Really? Yeah. In here?
Yeah. This is where they believed, in this circle up ahead, which is called the Circle of Lebanon, because there used to be a big cedar tree in the middle that they cut down not that long ago, because it was starting to fall over. They believe the vampire may have been in one of these vaults. And regardless of whether
Do
you
you know
believe...
which one?
No, but I have clues. But regardless of whether you believe in vampires or not, some weird stuff went down here. Like really weird stuff. People went to prison for it.
Weird supernatural stuff or weird stuff done by humans?
Weird stuff done by humans in the name of the supernatural and the occult.
Oh.
In the late 1960s, locals near the overgrown Highgate Cemetery reported seeing a tall, dark, spectral figure drifting among the tombs. A vampire-like apparition with glowing eyes. The Hampstead and Highgate Express began to run stories about a ghost or vampire haunting the cemetery. Letters poured in describing ghostly encounters and occult activity amongst the graves. In one of these letters, David Farrant, a self-described psychic investigator, claimed he'd seen the entity, describing it as a dark supernatural spirit or psychic manifestation, and that he planned an all-night vigil. Sean Manchester, a flamboyant local exorcist, an acquaintance of Farrant, countered by claiming it to be a literal vampire, an 18th century Wallachian noble who practiced black magic and had been brought to England by his followers. Styling himself as a Christian exorcist, and later the bishop of an independent church movement, Manchester vowed to destroy it.
On Friday the 13th of March 1970, following extensive TV and newspaper coverage, hundreds of people stormed the locked cemetery gates armed with stakes, crucifixes and garlic. Police struggled to contain crowds trampling the graves in search of the Highgate Vampire. In August of that year, police found Farrant inside Highgate Cemetery at night, carrying a wooden stake, cross, torch and garlic. He was fined for trespass, but the legend exploded in the press. Over the next few years, the cemetery continued to be plagued by amateur vampire hunters. Reports emerged of opened coffins, disturbed remains, and headless animals left in the cemetery. Candle wax and occult symbols were found on tombs. Rumours swirled that a corpse was moved, found decapitated, placed in a car,
So if someone comes, look. Behind my ear, that sort of thing. You see, it's great. Can you stop?
Stop what?
Every time I turn around, you put that on my shoulder, or try to, and I catch you every single time.
Oh, what? No,
The irony is there's that on your arm. We're laughing by a tomb that's also partially open, look.
Oh no.
Have a quick look in.
That's the vampire tomb.
Have a quick look.
What can you see?
Coffins. Shit, that's burst open.
What?
Yeah, there's coffins in.
That's burst open.
Yeah, the sides are coming open.
Are you sure it's not a vampire?
See?
Got a weird symbol thing on it.
A
There's
weird
only
symbol.
one coffin in it. Oh, it's so creepy. The wood's all rotten.
It's all come apart, hasn't it?
Yeah, and there's like a weird, like, symbol necklace on hanging.
Is there? There's a necklace of garlic.
No, like it's, I don't know.
Onions?
No, nothing organic. Yes.
All I know is that Sean Manchester, the vampire hunter, claimed he accessed the tomb from an aperture or hole in the ceiling and descended into it on a rope.
What? For real? Is this a real, true story?
What he claims in his book. Don't forget that in the 70s, the bodies were removed from these catacombs.
Why?
And pulled out. Well, it depends on whether you think it was part of a ritual, whether it was to kill a vampire. One of the bodies from one of the catacombs ended up in someone's car.
Ew.
Which is...
That's a bit grim.
It got pretty wild.
Sean Manchester claimed he and his assistants had found the vampire's coffin, staked the body through the heart, and performed a ritual exorcism. He insisted the creature turn to ash, ending the haunting. Farron and Manchester feuded for decades over the Highgate Vampire, each accusing the other of fakery, fraud, occult malpractice, and even Satanism. Around 1973, Farron publicly challenged Manchester to a magical duel to prove who possessed true power. Manchester, never one to resist theatre, accepted, saying he would meet Farron with crucifix and stake to determine who truly commanded the supernatural. Police, already weary of vampire hunters invading the cemetery, warned both men that if they showed up, they'd be arrested for breach of the peace. Both later claimed the other backed down.
It's empty, but there's all feathers on the floor like a bird's been killed.
Ugh.
You can actually see these catacombs along here. They used to have holes at the top to let daylight in.
Oh.
So some people think maybe that. Sean Manchester isn't someone I really want to upset. He's a guy who, if you dig into his history, it is... I mean, David Farron for that matter, but Sean Manchester certainly seems like a litigious and complex figure.
You know how you pointed out the feathers?
Yeah.
Did you see that there were feathers inside the catacomb?
In there?
On the floor?
Do you think a vampire took her?
I mean, it's a bit weird.
That is weird that there's feathers
It's a
in
bit
there.
disgusting and weird.
There's feathers in the catacomb.
Yeah.
Could be a vampire taking her
Pigeon.
in. Because the figure's,
Yeah, 'cause it's like-
still seen today.
It's hungry and it's like...
Or it could be that a fox lives in there.
sack. Oh.
Oh, I know that's the boring version. The more fun version is... That's a bird that's been eaten, isn't it?
Yeah. Which people aren't going to want to see that, so let's just show the feathers.
Okay, look in that one.
Oh, do I have to?
You don't have to, but it's quite interesting. There's people in there. If you're a fan of the Harry Potter franchise, this is here where they filmed. Was it the climax of one of those Fantastic Beasts films?
I've only seen the first one.
They're a bit boring. But there's literally bodies here, and yet it's okay for, who's in that? Jude Law, that funny little fella, Eddie Redmayne, running around here casting spells and stuff. I mean, I know we're being every bit as disrespectful, if not more so, but don't know. Okay, yeah, and there's another reason. Like the ones in there, there's obviously there's urns in there, there's ashes, but they're relatively recent.
It says 1907. Died in 1907.
Ignore that. Fanny Buzzy.
Paul.
Try.
Honestly.
Imagine being called that, Fanny Pussy.
But 1907 might.
Yeah, I know, but there's more recent ones in there. Oh my God, there's the best name.
What?
No. That cannot be someone's real name.
You've literally just finished complaining about Fantastic Beasts filming here.
There's someone in there called Fanny Chitty Jolly.
I'm sorry? Another Fanny?
Fanny Chitty Jolly.
How many Fannies do you need?
There were a load of people around there laughing. So I've come up. They're all laughing, disrespectful. Shocking. These are the terrace catacombs where they think the vamp might have been, according to Sean Manchester.
So he wasn't sure, he wasn't 100% sure. He was like, could be here.
No, he was, no, he claims in his book that he deliberately kept it vague so that no one else would go looking for it. As he claimed he got rid of it, staked it through the heart. I don't want to speak ill of Sean Manchester because
he's litigious.
Like,
Rumour has it that he's litigious.
Allegedly.
Allegedly he might be litigious.
I mean, he's quite an old man now. But also, as I discovered, I have 2 mutual friends with him on Facebook.
Oh no.
And likewise, David Farron.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. In the early 90s, he popped up on a few shows, dressed like with lacy cuffs and going on a vampire hunter. It doesn't add kind of credibility to your claims about vampires when you sort of rock up looking like you stepped out of an Anne Rice novel. Or do you think that adds more credibility? I think it made it less credible, personally. Another Fanny. This is the grave of Alexander Litvinenko, who you may remember was murdered with highly radioactive substance on the orders of Vladimir Putin. That was in 2006. The body of Litvinenko was so radioactive that he had to be buried in a lead-lined coffin, allegedly 12 feet deep, because he basically has a half-life now of, apparently most of the radiation would have passed by, I think it was about 21 to 25 years. But certainly they had to take insane precautions when handling the body, when performing the autopsy. When he had the day of his funeral, they weren't able to bring the body into the mosque because he converted to Islam shortly before he died, when he was sick, when he was dying. They weren't able to bring the coffin in because of fears of contamination.
Can I just ask, where does the radiation go? Like if he's in a lead-lined coffin?
Maybe it just fades, like people's interest in this video.
No, it's like it wouldn't have gone into the soil or anything.
Well, that was the concern. They that was the concern. You know, the coffin's lead lined, so presumably it's...
But let's say in 1,000 years someone opens it, will they get radiation poisoning?
No, but they won't. But also you're asking someone here who has told you the extent of his information and isn't certainly an expert on radiation. And any time we've ever covered radiation in one of our videos, we get a bunch of radiation guys come into the comments and go, actually, millisieverts, and I'm not doing that again. So don't ask me questions about radiation that I do not know the answer to.
Where? Oh my God, that gave me tryptophobia. Shall we give him a little spider?
No, it wasn't a thing.
Oh,
I don't like the way they've stuck them in the ground. And there's a
dirty towel behind.
Yeah, the towel is a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference.
Oh.
Someone's graffitied 42 on Douglas Adams' grave. I mean, he did write one of my favourite Doctor Who stories.
Did he? I didn't know he was a Doctor Who writer.
Yeah, script editor as well,
cool.
writer. City of Death, brilliant.
I did enjoy Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when we read it at school.
Yeah, it's obviously influential. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. Well, it's a bit sixth form.
Oh, Bobs, you said you weren't going to say anything. Oh my God.
The reason we're Russian is because we have to be back at the car because we rented someone's driveway for the day. And
it's a long way back, walk back.
We've got to get back there before their kids come home from school. But talking of Russians,
yes,
Karl Marx, who was German.
Yeah, I know. I keep thinking he's Russian.
Who
I'm getting him confused with Lenin.
Who is probably the most famous person buried here, I think, in terms of his grave is certainly the most famous globally. He was originally buried over in the west side.
Why did they move him?
They wanted him to have, I think, a more prominent position, a bit more of a memorial, because it was paid for by the British Communist Party. And here he is, just up ahead. Let's go have a look. Sorry for Russian.
He's German.
Marx's grave has been a bit of a magnet for trouble and controversy. It's been bombed, I think, 3 times and vandalised other times. On one occasion, they sawed his nose off. On the statue.
Who's doing this?
People who don't like communism. They called it a doctrine of hate. It was scrawled across it
not that
long ago.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think they're family members.
Oh no.
There's something going on. I don't even get it, because the thing is, he was probably the least funny of them.
Oh my God.
Groucho, and the others were way funnier, so I don't get the big deal. Where do you think they're from, those people?
I don't know.
Somewhere that likes communism, isn't it?
I mean, Paul, there are British people who like communism. There are people from any country who like communism. You don't have to live in a communist country to like communism. They have a flag, but it's rolled up, so I can't see what flag it is. I really wanted to sing him a song.
What song?
But I can't now.
By Richard Marx.
First of all, you could have just let me do it.
Go on then.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you.
Would you do it again, but less self-consciously?
No, I didn't want you to put that into the video.
It's going in. I get it. I get why people want someone to come and pay respects to someone that they cared about and loved. That still doesn't change the fact I found all those mausoleums vulgar. But everyone in here was loved by someone. or someone's. And I guess, isn't it what they say? I think it actually is a Doctor Who quote. I think it's a Stephen Moffat quote, which says, what is grief but love enduring? So even though we've been horribly disrespectful, that's just what we do. But I haven't really got anything more profound than that to say, because I'm really conscious that Sanya's hungry and desperate to get out of here. She's desperate to go to the shop. Marx would have loved that. I really wanted to end on something profound, but Sanya's agitating me. I can see her.
Now
She's
do you know?
agitating me.
Now you understand how I feel when you're
We're
constantly
always late to things.
Constantly.
Because you're always
no,
late.
I'm never late. I'm exactly on time.
What time did we say we were going to leave this morning? 9:15. What time did we leave?
9:30, which is within the 15-minute window.
There isn't a 15-minute window. The 15-minute window begins at 9.
No.
There isn't a 15-minute after window.
Yes, there is.
The window begins at 9.
No, the window's
9:15 is not the start of the window.
There's a window on each
It's
side.
the cut-off. There isn't.
Is
The
it?
9:15 was the cut-off. Consequently, we got here later than planned, and we've had to rush. Let's go to the little gift shop and pay our respects to Marx.
Deutschmark.